It was underneath the arches south of the River Thames, where a young David Haye learnt his trade under the tutelage of Fitzroy Lodge guru Mick Carney. From fighting on the streets to amateur glory, the South Londoner went on a journey that took him to world heavyweight glory and the greatest prize in sport.
David Haye is
a law unto himself.
A guy who likes to fight.
And always looking for the funny side of things.
This side of the river, my whole life, I've lived in South London. So this is my sort of home turf, this is my hometown. I know every road for miles. That's where I grew up. So it's a cool place to live. Big grey one with the chimney on the top. I was born in there, Guy's Hospital, on the 13th of October 1980. That's where it all started. To the right of that, there's a brown building. There, a similar house. If you look to the right, there's a brown building. That's called Similar House. I lived there for a few years on the 18th floor. Me, my brother, my sister, mum and dad. They're both big boxing fans. You know, I take advice from both of them when it comes to what I'm doing. You know, they've got their opinions of how I should fight certain people, and you know, they're definitely very important to know that they're supportive. They always have been since I was a little kid. You know, always used to drive me to the gym and make sure that, you know, I was there. And yeah, it's just that the hard work, the mentality. You know, you get out of life what you put into it. If you don't put anything in, you're not going to get anything out of it. Winston. Okay, what's the latest? South London, a place called Bermondsey is pretty tough. It's not Harlem or something like that, or Catskills where Mike Tyson was from. But now I've got into a lot of fights, so that's what I used to do a lot when I was a kid, is a street fight. But you know, when I was 10 years old, I got into boxing, and things have gone really well. You know, I've always been able to knock people out. That's just what I've been able. That's my gift. It's my gift from God. Is being able to knock people out with one shot. I definitely feel that the personality that I've got, it has that same thing. Some people hate my guts. Some people love me. When I don't achieve what I aim for, you know, it does bother me. But even though I set myself real hard tasks and hard targets, and I found in life people don't sort of aim for the stars. They sort of think, okay, I want to have just a mediocre job, and sometimes they get it, and sometimes they don't. Whereas if you say, okay, I want to be the pinnacle, the best at whatever I can do, and you know, even if you just fall short, you've gone a long way. So for me, I've always, you know, if I was doing a running race when I was a kid, or whatever it would be, if there was 1,000 people entered and I come second, although I've beaten, you know, 999, it just doesn't bother me. You know, I want number one. I want to be the best, and until I achieve that, it frustrates me, it bothers me. When I fight, people get involved, people get excited, either excited because they want me to lose or excited because they want me to win. And that's what I think, outside of the ring, I think I've got a love-hate relationship with the fans. I'm not out there trying to make friends, you know, I'm out there trying to earn a living, trying to hype a fight up, trying to get people excited, trying to get bums on seats, trying to get people to subscribe to watch me fight. Whether those people think I'm fantastic or whether they think I'm complete, it doesn't bother me. As long as they're interested in the fight, as long as they're watching boxing, I think boxing wins.
For many, Haye has become the pin-up boy of British boxing. Good-looking, confident, charismatic, a media darling. Awaiting him on the 14th of July is the paradox that is Derek Chisora. To those that know him, he's unassuming, caring and funny. Yet to those that only believe the tabloid portrayal, he's crazy, brooding and dangerous.
For me, his public perception and persona is not what he is.
He doesn't give you the opportunity to like him initially. Yeah, there's like a door that's kind of closed. It doesn't trust a lot of people.
I don't know a clue what I'm drinking. But I made it though. It is nice. See, the point is, I don't really care what people think about me. It don't bother me. They can off. Who cares?
I love him as a brother. I love him as a son. I love him as a friend. I love him as a fighter, because he's the fighter you want to be with. When the going gets tough in that ring, he turns up.
I'm chilled. I like my own space. I like my own space. I don't like loads of people around me. I just like my own space. I think they're gonna start calling me PP and Derek. The f***? Seven butchers. What should we look at? Whose house should we look in? This one. Perfect day is if I wake up and not speak to anybody. That's a perfect day. But I'm never ever gonna get that day, am I? Do you wanna try?
Once you penetrate that barrier, the initial barrier, then he opens up. He's almost like childlike.
Do you like my dog? Kill. Stop. Kill them.
Known each other maybe 7 years, something like that. But we've been together for 2 years.
I don't like people knowing who I am. But you can't miss me. I'm a bad guy. Singing like a Thor song around in this neighborhood.
I think he asked me out a few times and I said no, and so he turned around and said, okay, you're gonna be asking me out soon. And I think in the end I had to ask him a few times before he said yes.
I haven't given in yet. Emily, would you like to be my girlfriend?
Yeah. It's very quiet to spend time with, not a lot of talking. Yeah. Not a lot of talking, but he's very fun.
Do you know the definition of smug? I looked it up in the dictionary the other day, and I wish I could remember what I read now, but it was like an overstated value of one's achievements.
Why were you looking that up in the first place? Because it was called smug.
Because I was called smug.
You won a poll. You won a poll.
And it's one of those words. It's one of those words that you think you know what it means, but you can't quite put a concise description on it.
Once you found the definition, how did you feel?
I am smug.
That's not part of the session, that's part of the warm-up. Just before we go and do the main part of cardiovascular now, interval session. So it's just about waking him up, really, getting him going. He trains hard, so when he doesn't feel something's right for him, or he's not feeling confident that he wants to do it, then there's generally a good reason for it. So you've got to kind of, I can tell him what to do and I can tell him what I think, Adam can tell him what he thinks. But if he's not confident about doing it, at the end of the day, it's his body. He knows it best, so we've got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, it's a winning team. It's a tight-knit team. It's people that I trust. You see some people's team, and there are people coming in and out every 5 minutes. Everybody in Team Haymaker we've all known each other for many, many years.
We do enjoy each other's company, which is handy. Seeing the amount of time I have to spend with him in these compromising positions as we are right now.
No injuries. The guy runs for a big guy. You know, and the time was good as well. I'm not going to tell you what the time is, but it was a good time.
I like to run, and in the afternoon I like to chill out. So don't matter what time my opponent trains, as long as he's training hard, that's fine with me. You know, sometimes I train late, I train early, so you don't really mind. I don't really mind. You know, this is what most fighters don't understand. They think being a fighter is a burden to themselves. You know, they want to be a fighter, they want to be well known, but they don't want to put the work in. You know? You have to put the work in. You know?
Push my body to the limit. I do more than what my opponents do.
More heart than him and his whole camp.
They say you are what you eat, and you know, he's spent the last 10 years eating so that's exactly what it is.
That's not personal. Just gonna whoop it.
There's nothing like a big, good old domestic duster.
If he does what he did against Vitali, he'll get knocked out in 2 rounds maximum.
He talks a lot. He seems like he enjoys his fame.
I know he's dumb, but he's not dumb enough to think he can outbox me.
What was the last headline they wrote? Chisora goes crazy.
No matter what he does, he'll get knocked out. If he tries to box me, he'll get knocked out. If he tries to rush me, he'll get knocked out. If he tries to stand in the middle ground and work inside me, he'll get knocked out.
He's a hype man, he's an MC.
And our job now is to give the fans what they want.
And as far as I'm concerned, people need to see this fight.
It's gonna be one hell of a fight.